congratulations, you have internalized self-hate. There are a lot of people that will claim to be a certain religion, but follow none of the rules. Because why am I seeing his face everywhere all of a sudden? I'm gonna get jumped for this one. He closed the door and he locked it. He said, "You're not leaving. You're not leaving." Then more than likely your BBL is ugly. And my very last hot red button unpopular opinion that will have y'all dragging me by my edges from sea to shining sea. Guys, y'all are gonna hate me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ari Says Stuff. And today I'm saying stuff. And if y'all want to cancel me after, I mean, do it. Because if y'all can cancel me, that means that I'm famous. So cancel me. I'm ready for it. I'm pulling a Daniel Caesar and I'm preemptively telling y'all to cancel me.
And so I'm gonna say it. And you can cancel me. I'm making music right now. I'll put it out. You guys don't have to listen to it. Cancel me. Make me broke.
Let's see how this goes. But no, I'm doing a different sort of video today. Honestly, low-key, I'm kind of burnt out from work and life and everything else. So I just kind of wanted to do something more fun, more playful. So I hope you guys enjoy this because it's a different sort of format. But today I am doing unpopular opinions, but they only get more controversial. So you can't just stop at the beginning. You can't stop at the middle. You gotta make it to the end, because that's when I'm really like swimming in the pools of cancellation. You know what I mean? Like that's when it's really like, okay, cancel this trick. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get into it. So we're gonna have 3 levels, okay? We're gonna have the green light where it's like, okay, yeah, I could see that. We may not cancel this trick. And then we're gonna have a yellow light where it's like, okay, slow down. You're asking for it. You're begging for it.
Because you're asking for it. You're dying for it.
You want to be canceled a little bit, just a little bit. And then we have the red light where it's like, okay, stop, like chill, like you're canceled. Daniel Caesar effect, you asked to be canceled. Now you got your wish. You know, like you're doing too much. So we'll see if y'all agree or disagree with some of these points, okay? Let's get into it. So number 1, I'm starting with something light. I mean, it's light to me, but I know once I utter these words, there will be people that feel like this is a red light offense. I don't know, maybe I'll put in a different part of the video. We'll see. Number 1, I'm scared to say this. So I believe that grits should have sugar and butter. No cheese, no sausage, no shrimps, nothing savory, no peppers, onions. I think that grits should have sugar and butter. Yeah. And I know y'all are gonna be like, is this oatmeal? Is this malto? Please. I don't know. I grew up eating sugar grits. So that's what I know. But y'all can go ahead and leave your hate comments. I'll give you like 5 seconds. Okay, hopefully that was enough time for you to leave your hate comments and call me a dusty trick in the comments. Let's get into the next one. So this next unpopular opinion is really not that, I don't really think it's that unpopular, but we'll see. I feel like a lot of times when you look up self-care, for some reason it has been boiled down to facials, bubble bath, go get a coffee, lay in bed, which is fine. Like those are all forms of self-care. But I think some people have had too much self-care. I think some people care a little too much about the self. Because I think sometimes self-care, I'm doing this because I feel like I have like a hair on me. I don't know what's going on. But I feel like self-care is also showing up for yourself. I feel like self-care is also making sure that your bills are paid on time and not spending that money in the club on the weekends. I believe that self-care is also doing the things you don't want to do sometimes so that future you can look back and be like, wow, I did that. You know, I think that's also self-care, but maybe I'm wrong. Y'all will surely let me know in the comments if I am. So my next unpopular opinion may ruffle some feathers, and I don't even know if I completely agree with this, but I think I'm shifting to a point where maybe I do. I am low-key starting to believe, especially with some of the recent experiences that I've had, that Church's chicken is better than Popeye's chicken. Hear me out. I had Popeyes chicken a few months ago, and it was, I mean, the texture was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I didn't even finish it. It was so disgusting. Like, ugh, like the chicken was like rubbery. It was the weirdest thing. And I feel like when I go to Church's, I'm rarely disappointed. Like Church's chicken, if you haven't been to Church's ever or in a very long time, I suggest you go, because not only do I feel like they may be a little bit cheaper, but I feel like their food is a little bit better. The fries, now Church's fries are really good, but Popeyes fries are also really good. I don't know. Church's also has this lemon cheesecake pie that they recently added to the menu, and it's really good. This video is not sponsored by Church's. Let me stop. But I like Church's. If y'all haven't had Church's, I suggest you go try it. And if you have, let me know if you like it in the comment section down below. Okay, so the next one, these two kind of tie in a little bit. I don't know why this is scary to me, but it's okay. So manifestation, right? I know a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm manifesting my dreams and my goals and, you know, whatever, which is fine and dandy. Or even for some people, they may not believe in like manifestation, but maybe they believe in prayer, right? We could say either or. Manifesting, praying for the things you want, for the life you want in the future. I think that's fine and dandy. But if you're lazy, your dreams aren't going to come true. If you're lazy, your prayers aren't going to come true. If you're lazy, your manifestations aren't going to come into fruition. You cannot sit down and write down in a notebook, I'm scripting. Lay down, imagine it in your mind. Okay, you can't do yoga poses and think positive thoughts and think about the future you want and then do absolutely nothing to work towards that future and think that it's going to come to fruition. How does that work? Okay, you can't write down your dreams and wishes in a notebook and hum over it. Like, you can't hum over the I am successful, I am wealthy, and then do absolutely nothing and then have it come true. Unless you get hit by a semi truck and survive and then sue them and get like $1 million, and maybe. But like, I feel like there's some steps before we get there. And the same thing goes with prayer. Like, I feel like you can't be a person that prays and it's like, I want this beautiful life, but then do absolutely nothing. Like, I got 72 hours to get enough money to pay my rent, even though I don't have it, even though I got $3 to my name. I'm gonna pray about it and then I'm gonna sit on the couch for the next 3 days and hope that it comes to me. That's not how that works. You kind of have to work towards things in order for them to come true. I'm just saying. Okay, I don't know about this one. I'm kind of nervous about this one. So y'all heard of pretty privilege, right? I believe that ugly privilege exists. Hear me out. So pretty privilege is like, for example, let's say you're at a bar, or let's say you got stopped for speeding, and because you're attractive or desirable, whatever, you get a free drink, or you get free drinks throughout the night. Oh, you don't get that ticket because the cop thought you were cute, whatever. That's pretty privilege. You get different privileges. Oh my God. You get different privileges in life based off of the way you look. Now, I believe ugly privilege exists in certain ways. For example, whenever you are really conventionally attractive, I feel like sometimes people will pigeonhole those people, you know, and everything they do boils down to the way that they look. It's with women and men. I've been thinking about this recently. Y'all know the actor Aaron Pierre? He's a man, but he's very pretty also. Like, he's very handsome to everyone. And he also, like, from clips and things that I've seen, seems to be pretty level-headed and intelligent and thoughtful. But people always want to, like, if you've seen that clip with Kelly Clarkson, when he's like sitting there like speaking and like very eloquently speaking about something, and she's just like looking at him like batting her eyes.
Yes. I've been a fan since I was, oh my God, your eyes, oh my God. Oh my God, those close up we should get a close up. Those are like mesmerizing, beautiful.
Thank you.
What color are they?
I don't know.
I'll find out. I'll tell you what. So wait, you knew each other before, right? Y'all knew each other before doing this movie?
But the first time we met in person was for Genius MLKX.
Yeah.
And that really was the beginning of really the beautiful foundation of our friendship and brotherhood.
Yeah. I had a hard time listening to him.
She heard blah, 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 blah.
I am just like, I mean, I heard it, I received it, I respect it. But your eyes are unfair. Like, they're unfair. Like, I could be your mom, but I'm just, wow, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. It's hot in here. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
It's like, okay, it's funny, like it's cute, but also like that has to be really annoying. Like, that has to be really annoying to be like extremely attractive and have people only care about you because of the way that you look. You know what I mean? Like, you can be a scientist, but if you're attractive, they're gonna be like, okay, but like, what's your skincare routine? What's your workout routine? You're so pretty, you're so hot. Like, that just has to be really annoying. And I feel like if you're not conventionally like attractive, that doesn't mean that you're not beautiful, but if you're not like, I guess on a mass scale seen as like conventionally attractive, I do feel like in certain ways you're taken a bit more seriously, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so this one, I don't think it's that unpopular, but we'll see. So I believe that I feel like we should be supporting Black businesses. I feel like we should just be supporting a diverse array of businesses. But I feel like there are a lot of Black businesses or business owners that feel like they deserve support simply because they're a Black business, regardless of their customer service, of their quality, of the way they run their business as a whole. Oh, I'm a Black business, y'all should support me. I believe that yes, we should support Black businesses and we should give Black businesses grace, because a lot of times they don't necessarily have the same capital, the same resources as maybe other businesses. But I feel like you should take pride in whatever it is that you're doing, your business, whatever. So it's like there should be certain protocols, there should be certain procedures to make sure that your business is run smoothly. And I feel like a lot of times when it comes to these business owners, they just feel like they can talk to people and treat people any kind of way and still get support. The two like really main businesses I can think of are like restaurants and like hairstylists, like service providers, mainly hairstylists. I have seen some very unprofessional hairstylists, some very unprofessional restaurants, and it's like we have to do better. Like we have to really take pride in our businesses a bit more, in my opinion. But that's a small percentage. There are a lot of really great Black businesses that are being run professionally and beautifully. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the yellow zone because I'm ready to get a little bit controversial. I'm ready to expedite my cancellation. So number one, I'm coming in hot. Now this one might be a red zoner, but I'm gonna put it here just because I feel like a lot of people already know this. They're just in denial about it. So I'll just put it out there. I feel like a lot of religious people are only religious by name. Hear me out. The reason why I say that is because there are a lot of people that will claim to be a certain religion, but follow none of the rules. They follow none of the rules. They will say, I am Christian, I am Muslim, I am whatever. Follow none of the rules. Follow none, but they claim it. They say, I am this. So does that automatically mean that they are? Like, how does that work? Are you able to follow none of the rules, but claim to be it? How does that work? Like, I think it's really funny because there will be a lot of people that will like judge people that may be like, oh, I'm not religious. Oh, I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that, whatever. And be like, wow, blasphemy. But then be smoking, drinking, and doing all the literally be doing everything that they technically aren't supposed to be doing, judging people for being like queer, like just doing all the things. And it's like, do you think that you're better than the next person because you claim to be religious? Because that's not how that works. I'm just saying. This one I really don't think is that unpopular, but it might be because I keep seeing this person. I don't know what kind of team Jonathan Majors has, but whatever he's paying them, he needs to double it. He needs to double it. Because why am I seeing his face everywhere all of a sudden? Like I was seeing it sprinkled here and there, but why have I seen, like, I'm logging into YouTube, clicking refresh, and I'm seeing he's doing like a little press run? Why? What is going on here? And it's not just Jonathan Majors either. There are like multiple people where it's like, why do we see Chris Brown, Trey Songz? I'm sure if I thought harder about it, there would be more people. The president, like, what? I just feel like there's this thing in Hollywood where they allow terrible men to continue on with their lives as if they've done nothing wrong. That is really disturbing and confusing to me. I'm tired of seeing Jonathan Majors. And in conjunction with Jonathan Major, I can't even say his funky name. In conjunction with his name, with him, being tired of seeing him, I think Megan Good is weird. I think Megan Good is odd. I think that ever since she left her pastor husband, there's something off behind those eyes. There's something serpent-like behind those eyes. Like, I don't know what kind of black magic Jonathan Majors has in his paperboy cap that he mixed together and blew into the sky that landed in Megan Good's home that made her like him and become engaged to him. I don't know how you went from that to that, but whatever voodoo black magic Jonathan Majors did allegedly to get Megan Goods, please never let it find me. Please never let it find me. 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 because that is insane. But yeah, I think she's odd. I think her relation to Jonathan Majors is odd, and them as a couple is just very weird to me. But yeah, just my opinion. Okay, so this one is, I'm gonna get jumped for this one. But I feel like Black people's obsession with luxury is a trauma response. Because why do we get a little bit of cash and feel like we need to run down to Gucci, Louis, Prada?
Louis Prada, Gucci, Louis Prada, Gucci, pop them tags, pop them tags.
Like, why do we feel like we need to do that? I just feel like there's so many better ways we could be spending our money, especially for the fact that so many of us are barely removed. Like, if you're starting to make money, you're probably one generation or less removed from extreme poverty. Now, I'm not saying every Black person went through extreme poverty, but a lot of us have. Okay. And if you made it out the hood and you start making a couple checks and you want to run down and start spending all this money, that's fine. You have every right to spend money. But I just feel like there's better ways to use that newfound capital. You could be going and investing it. You can be doing real estate. And a lot of people will say like, well, I'm doing both. I'm investing my money into things, but I'm also buying nice things. Okay. But that $50,000, $100,000 that you spent on luxury goods could have been even more put into investing. Like you can't take that with you. I mean, you can't take your money, like your investments with you either, but it's like, at least you can leave it for your children and your grandchildren and start building actual wealth. Yes, you can leave your bags and shoes, but tell me if I'm wrong, because I am not a luxury person. I don't know, can't afford it. But unless you're keeping like collector's items or keeping items that are going to be vintage in the future, or keeping things in pristine condition, not wearing them around every day, wearing that Gucci shirt to the same club every weekend, then you're not passing down wealth with your luxury goods. Like, at least not in the same way that your investments would be passed down. You know what I'm saying? I feel like our obsession with luxury genuinely needs to be studied. Like, our brains need to be cracked open and we need to be studied, because why do we feel like every rapper, every athlete, every whoever wants to go down and buy $200,000 worth of jewelry when they get their first check? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Okay, so this one low-key is kind of, I can't tell if this is yellow zone or red zone, but I'm gonna keep it in yellow for now. If you are a Black person, more so Black woman, and you have natural hair, but not only natural hair, you have, kinky or maybe type 4 natural hair, and you hate wearing your natural hair because of the shrinkage, congratulations, you have internalized self-hate. You have self-hatred that has been internalized. And I'm not bashing you, and I'm not, blaming you, because you didn't teach yourself these things growing up. But hating shrinkage is hating your Blackness in a way, because that's a part of our genetics. And not liking the fact that your hair shrinks up and gets short is honestly, it's internalized self-hatred. Sorry. Okay, I don't even know if I really even believe this one, but I don't know. I kind of do a little bit. Hear me out, y'all. I kind of feel bad for Kim Kardashian. Just a tiny bit. Like, I do, but I don't. And the reason why, right, is because it kind of like, I feel like I saw something. I feel like there's a movie, a show, something where, no, I'm thinking about, I don't know if this is a real story. Remember when those men broke into that really buff guy's house and they were like gonna rob him or something, and then he like held them captive, and like, I don't know if I'm making this up or what, but that's what the Kim Kardashian and Kanye West situation feels like. It feels like Kim Kardashian and her siblings in general have used Black men and Black culture for decades at this point in order to further their careers, their lives, their revenue, their bottom line. They have fetishized Black men. They have commoditized Black culture in different ways, right? Maybe she did like or love Kanye West, don't get me wrong, but we know that they have used Black men, Black culture. It feels like Kim Kardashian like broke into the house and was like, yeah, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good for the brand. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be whatever. And then she broke in, and immediately she turned around and Kanye was behind the door. He closed the door and he locked it. He said, you're not leaving. You're not leaving. Like, she got on a roller coaster ride she couldn't get off of, and like she thought she would have the upper hand, but Kanye West was like, nah, this is my rodeo, Now, I'm not a fan of Kanye West. I was in the past. I don't like him or the things he does. But I just think it is so hilarious to me when it comes to all the things they've done in regards to stealing from Black culture, stealing designs from Black women, fetishizing Black men. I just think it's funny that this has come full circle, and now it's literally like she just is being tormented by this man. Like, she just cannot get out of this. She's gonna have to be around him for as long as they're both alive. because they have children together. And this man obviously is severely mentally ill. And it's like the snack that smiles back. You know what I mean? Like the snack that bites back. Like Kanye West was like, gotcha, you know? So yeah, it's like I kind of feel bad for her because I feel like she got into something that she really didn't know what she got into. But I also don't feel bad for that family just because of everything they've done. I'm not a fan, and I'm never purchasing Skims. Ever, sorry, or any other product that they're selling. Okay, so this one, it might be controversial, it might not be, I don't know. I'm gonna just say it. I think BBLs are ugly. I think BBLs are ugly. Unless you have a BBL that is so undetectable that nobody would ever think or know that you had a BBL, then more than likely your BBL is ugly. I feel like a lot of times people have the bodies they have because it suits them. If you have a flat back, you were meant to have a flat back. That is what suited your body. Now, society told you that having a flat back was bad, but you were given a flat back for a reason, okay? And there's nothing wrong with having one. Like, some people are not meant to have big booties, and you could tell by the legs, by the hip, like it just doesn't look right. Like, it just looks discombobulated, you know what I mean? I think BBLs are so freaking, like, I can't stand to look at them. And this kind of goes in conjunction with my next point. I feel like 99% of the time, again, same with BBLs, unless we just absolutely can't tell that you have it, lip filler is my sleep paralysis demon. Lip filler keeps me up at night. Whenever I see lip filler and I see, like, you know how, like, okay, if you have big lips, right? Or if you have lips in general, your lip meat is like, it stays like in your lip. But then when people get lip filler, their like fake lip meat starts to like transfer up here. And like you see like the line where like their lip stops, but there's still like lip meat up here. Like it's big, you know what I mean? That bothers me. Or when people no longer have like lines in their lips because their lips are so full that they're just like hella smooth. Like, I wonder, like, does it hurt? Lip fillers, like, it, oh my god, like, it scares me. I don't know if I've ever been in the room with a person. No, I have. But I just feel like a lot of the time lip filler looks really ugly. It's again, your lips fit your face. And I feel like when you're trying to chase a look, like when you're trying to look like somebody else and emulate their face, something about your face always looks off. I'm just saying. And again, this ties into my next unpopular opinion. I feel like all the people that are getting injected and getting like Botox, filler, preventative Botox, whatever, in their like, mind you, early 20s, there are people that are like barely legal that are going and getting Botox and filler. People that are 20 years old, even 30 years old, getting all this filler and Botox in their faces are going to look like Mr. Meaty by the age of 40. If you don't know what Mr. Meaty is, this is the show that I'm talking about. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Y'all are going to look like Mr. Meaty by 41. Please, you don't have wrinkles. It's okay to maybe have a little smile line. It's okay to have a wrinkle on your forehead when you smile. It is okay to not have a face that's as smooth as a baby's bottom at the age of 27. Like, it is really frightening and scary to me, the amount of people that are just like casually just getting injected. Why? I don't know. That scares me. But that concludes the yellow light, okay? We made it through the yellow light. Now, I'm frightened to move into the next zone, but you know what? I'm going to confidently step in this because I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. Okay, I'm standing 10 toes down on my unpopular opinions. If you want to fight me, y'all gotta wait till my stomach stops hurting. But anyways, let's get into the first one. So I know we have all seen certain discussions, clips, whatever, when it comes to, I'm gonna say black men specifically, that might say, oh, I don't like black women. I only date white women, or I only date non-black women. I feel like whenever we see anybody saying this online, instead of getting upset and trying to correct them or change their mind or whatever, I feel like we should throw a party. I feel like we should cheer and we should rejoice. Because men who have that mindset aren't going to be good partners to begin with. So why should we be upset because they don't want to be with us? That doesn't make any sense. So if you ever meet a man that is, you know, his preference isn't you, or maybe he's a color, whatever it is, cheer, rejoice, be happy that you're not his preference, okay? Throw a party in the street, drop where you are. Yeah, I think that's how we should be responding from now on. We should just be sending balloon emojis, cake emojis, celebration emojis, congrats emojis, you know? Send it where like the balloons, you know, when you send like congratulations and a text message and all the balloons, that's what we need, but in real life. Leave us alone. Okay, so this one honestly is extremely controversial. I'm kind of scared, but I'm gonna say it. So I know there's a lot of deadbeat dads out there, not only deadbeat dads, but just like terrible fathers out there. And although I do believe that they deserve to be held accountable for their actions, not in every situation, but in a lot of situations, I believe that there are a lot of mothers that need to take accountability for choosing that partner. Not every single mother is like at fault. Like, there are some that really just maybe didn't know that he would be a terrible dad, whatever. I get it. But there are some single moms out there that were dating the fathers of their children or the father of their children. And when they were dating him, they saw the red flags. He was a terrible boyfriend. He was a terrible partner. He was a terrible husband, whatever. He treated you terribly. He gave zero signs. Maybe y'all weren't even in a relationship. He gave zero signs that he was a good person, a good partner, a good whatever. Maybe you knew he had 8 other kids with 8 other women and you still had a kid with him. I feel like to a certain extent or at some point, you kind of have to look at yourself and be like, dang, I kind of got myself in this situation. Now, that's not saying you shouldn't try to hold the father of the child accountable, but at some point, I think you may also have to, like, you know, say there's one finger pointed out, there's like 4 or 3 pointing back at you. I think at some point you got to look at these 3 pointing back at you and be like, dang, he did call me a bald-headed scallywag and I still had a kid with him. That's crazy. I did voluntarily become baby mama number 15. I did that. I just thought things would be different with me. Like, for example, that lady who just had a kid with, I think his name is Anthony Edwards, and he's treating her like gum on the bottom of his shoe. Mind you, he's like early 20s and she's like late 30s. Are you shocked? Are you shocked that he doesn't want to be in your kid's life? Are you shocked that he doesn't want to pay you child support or more child support? Like, what about that situation? What about him? Mind you, he already has a bunch of other kids. What about him gave good dad? Like, I feel like at that point, you cannot complain about him being a bad father. Sierra even. Now, we don't see really Sierra talk about Future much, but Sierra voluntarily became baby mama number 8, I think. And thankfully, she found a good man to like step in and be a good role model for her first child. But I'm like still scratching my head and wondering, like, what about Future gave daddy duty? Because he's already been a daddy and he hasn't been doing his duties. And that was very public. So I'm kind of confused about that. And this also goes for everyday people. I think as mothers, it's very important, or as women, it's very important to pay attention to those red flags and take accountability for maybe the part that you played so you don't make the same mistakes. I'm just saying. So this one ties into the previous one, but I honestly believe there are a lot of people that have children that resent their children or just flat out like never wanted to have children, had them anyways, and then treat their kids like crap. I think there's way more parents walking around that don't want to be parents, that don't want to have kids than we realize. And it's not always something as extreme as like we hear those cases of like those parents that do terrible things to their kids. It doesn't always have to be that extreme. It can be something as simple as, you know, every day you're just going with emotions with your kids. You don't really want to spend time with your kids. You haul them off to their room, put them in front of an iPad, put them in front of a TV all day, every day. I understand like you get busy. Maybe you need to put them in front of the iPad to do whatever. But like day in, day out, you don't talk to them. You don't care about them. They're like impeding on your life and your freedom, and you treat them as such. And I feel like this needs to be talked about, because I feel like the sooner we come to this realization that a lot of people don't really want to have kids, they just like the idea of what it is to have kids, and they've been told their entire lives that you become an adult, you have kids, that's what you do. But I think more people need to realize that it's okay to not have kids. It is okay to just live your life and be child free. Like, you really sit down and think, okay, I want to have kids, but why? What are the reasonings behind it? A lot of times you may realize it's for very selfish and vain reasons. A lot more people would be happier not having children. Okay, so in the spirit of accountability, this next one is a bit controversial, right? I believe, yes, the Black community in America, really all over the world, but the Black community in America has been dragged through the mud. We really have. But I feel like at some point, we do still need to talk about social injustice. We need to be talking about all the ways that America, or wherever we are, has held us down and oppressed us. But I also feel like at some point, we need to start taking accountability for our own actions and saying, you know what, yes, these things have been done to us, but at what point do we stand up and start doing things differently? Because there are some people that are doing that, and I think that's lovely. I think that's beautiful. But I do feel like sometimes as Black people, we have the, okay, this is what's been done to us part down packed. It's just the, okay, what now? And how can we collectively as a whole move and start making a change, you know? Like, I know the circumstances are a bit different, right? But for example, if we look at some of the Asian communities, for example, I remember I used to watch this TikToker. Her name was Sarah B. Snackin. I think she changed her name though, but she was married to an Indian man. I think they're divorced or getting divorced. But she was explaining how a lot of like South Asian families, for example, like will move over to the United States. So one, let's say, will start a business and then they will get that business up and running and they'll employ like their family and get them over here, whatever. And then once that business starts making enough money, they'll take some of that capital, open up another one, take one of the people from the store and then give them their own business, and they repeat this and they repeat this. And I think it would be super awesome if we did something like that. I know the circumstances are different. A lot of those people came over here voluntarily. We did not come over here voluntarily. But I feel like with the right resources, we can really prosper and be something great. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. Okay. And my very last hot red button unpopular opinion that will have y'all dragging me by my edges from sea to shining sea. Guys, y'all are gonna hate me. I'm scared to say this. I'm petrified. I'm scared. Ooh, I like candy corn. I think candy corn, not only do I like candy corn, I argue that it's even tasty. I think it's really tasty. I like candy corn. I like licorice. I like Boston baked bean. I like Peeps. Matter of fact, it's almost April. I need to go get me some. I would argue that the candies I just mentioned, not only do I like them, but I think that they are exceptionally good. I think they're exceptionally good. I even tried packing peanuts like last year. Didn't hate them. I didn't hate them. So yeah, those are my unpopular opinions. What can I say? I'm very opinionated, and I would love to hear your opinions down in the comment section down below. What is your unpopular opinion? Like your most unpopular opinion that will get you dragged again by your edges from sea to shining sea. I would love to hear it. Drop it in the comment section down below. Also, let me know if you liked this video because it is very different for me. So if y'all want to see more of these, I would love to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell, and check out my social media accounts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.